let's talk about Otakuthon, at least the cosplay and the general pictures. We can talk about the other stuff as we go on, but yeah, we arrived on Friday, and no, sorry, we arrived on Thursday, and we actually explored some of the nightlife, I guess, in the nearby city. Thursday, yeah. We took a look at the Chinatown on the first night, and it was really cool. Chinatown is very close by to the convention center, and they have a lot of different stuff out there, including it's not just Chinese food. There was like a taco place that we went to, Vietnamese, just like a lot of different things, and fairly like like really fair prices, I'd say. They're not out to like fact check this. Yeah, they're not out to like you know cost you an arm and a leg. It was good. It was good, and it was just nice, kind of doing stuff outside of the convention too. Because the last 2 years that I went to a Otakuthon, we kind of just really stuck to the convention center itself. So it was good to see, and yeah, it was nice. It was this like street. A lot of I found that a lot of Montreal, at least the parts that we went to, were very walkable too. It wasn't like obviously there's a lot of cars and you can get around with the car, but a good amount of space was dedicated to just walking spaces, so you didn't have to worry about getting run over, and it just felt a little more intimate, maybe. Like the streets were smaller, and it was cool. I liked it a lot. So they had this big wing Gundam on display. So at the convention itself, again, I'm not sure what the order of these pictures are in. They could be a little scattershot, but yeah, they had this big wing Gundam outside the Plamod booth, and Plamod is effectively, like the major distributor for Gunpla as well as Good Smile and other, cool models and toys for Canada. They also do distribute in the U.S. as well. But you could kind of liken the Plamod booth to kind of something like the traveling Gundam base that has been going around in the U.S. I know Doc has been to one. This is very similar in terms of like having exclusive stuff on sale, stuff that you're not really typically going to be able to find at regular retail. And I'd say that the selection of items that they had at Plamod was good. They had some clear kits, they had some Gundam base exclusive stuff that's like from Gundam, like Side F in Fukuoka and stuff like that. I think that's what it's called. So that's cool. But spoiler warning, I ended up buying nothing. I was browsing the site. I spent a good amount of time browsing the site, looking at all this stuff, but I kind of decided that I could spend my money elsewhere, because the Plamod stuff, like I said, it's cool, but I wasn't really feeling down for a clear kit at the moment. And they had, for example, the Psycho Doga. The Psycho Doga looks really cool, but I just was like, you know what? I gotta buy something else, and we'll probably get to that eventually. And here's another look at the Wing Gundam. So in the past years, they had a much larger. What's it called? Just RX-78, a really big one, and yeah, so they had this one instead. I don't know what happened to the big RX-78 then. Here's some stuff that was available at the Good Smile booth. I don't think these are kits though. These are like, fairly pricey figures. Like this is like $200. I don't think this is a model kit. I could be wrong, but it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, so here's an example of some cosplay from Seed. So this couple, they were at Anime North as well, and as you might imagine, they were quite popular. I I don't even really know how this person was able to like get here, because I'm assuming that they had to assemble this outfit and get into the outfit after, because there was only like a couple of staircases and escalators to get to this higher level. So Otakuthon Montreal is in a very large convention space. It's like Palais du Congrès, and it's 7 floors, but I think they only use like 5 floors or something like that. Dragoons and a booster pack, bro. He flew there? Duh. Oh my god, I'm so stupid, of course. But yeah, I'm guessing that they had to probably put on this getup on this floor, because this was like the 5th floor. But yeah, very, very popular. Very popular. Yeah, so, and then this was in the gaming space. They had a bunch of different gaming spaces. Again, like Otakuthon has multiple floors, and there was like different activities going on, and so this one floor had a very large space for like tabletop games. So chess. I saw some people playing chess, mahjong, and various board games. Right. Card games, Magic the Gathering. They had an MTG tournament, a couple of other kinds of tournaments for card games, and Warhammer as well. They had a Warhammer tournament, and they had this Space Marine cosplay just on display. I'm pretty sure that someone was going to get into this, because it's not just like a statue. It is something that it looks like you can put on. That was pretty impressive. 2nd or 3rd year. Oh, really? So they're kind of like they keep on going back to the well. Well, you know what? It's very well done. If they bring it out again for a 4th year, then Bacon's gonna be like, listen, you're gonna go over to her and be like, listen, it's time for something new. People cosplaying mobile suits always blows my mind, says Gnarly. Wearing stilts and got all that stuff. Gotta be rough, yeah. In my mobile suit, get crumpled for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a couple of people wearing stilts, and it just seems it's so crowded there that I would be so concerned about falling over. This is one of the booths in the retail area. It's Navita World. Navita World sells a bunch of different statues, anime figures, model kits too. And they also sell spicy, extremely spicy statues and figures. Kind of pricey though. Bacon was telling us that they are... You can get better deals. But for someone that's at a convention and you've had a hard time trying to find a specific figure, this was a pretty good place to go. So many anime figures. These are loose. Like, they had box ones. That's what they sell primarily, is box stuff. But all of this loose stuff, unfortunately, that's how you're buying it. Like, you're not going to have any kind of box to put in. Seafried wasn't even that good. You're coping. Let go. Bacon. Yeah. So there's no protection for this stuff, which I think is a little dicey as you're walking around the convention. If you don't have any box to put it in, it might get scratched up. There's La Maison du Wapel. I think this is still day 2. I'm not really sure. But this is day 1. I think this is day 1. This is Undertale. No, Deltarune cosplay. This is an enemy from Deltarune, and this is one of the main characters. And I thought that was pretty funny. I'm still playing Deltarune, and there was actually a handful of Deltarune fan art out there. There was in the artist alley, there was some Deltarune stuff, which I probably could have jumped on. If I beat the game, I may have been more in the mindset to buy some Deltarune merch. But in a sense, maybe it worked out because I could save my money. Bacon. This is Bacon, by the way. This is Night Trap and this is Bacon. They were really checking out this place. Very okay vinyl. They sold gaming, video game, vinyl records, and it was really nice. They had a lot of really nice records on sale. Stuff that I didn't even know existed. Like, for example, there's like Nier Automata soundtrack as a record. There's Streets of Rage and all of those games, RPGs. But then they had a number of records for indie games, which is kind of cool, right? And the art and stuff was really beautiful, actually. So yeah, very okay vinyl. Okay, hold on. Let me double check this. Just make sure real quick as we're going through this. Okay, we're good. We're good. This would have been Friday, and after the convention, we ended up going to this Mexican place called Toxica. It was like Toxica or something. And again, this was like in the middle of Chinatown. You had to go up a flight of stairs. It seemed like it was like really bright neon pink up the staircase. Toxica, what's going on? But we're like, you know what? We could go for some We could go for some tacos. La Toxica. So you go up the stairs and you enter the restaurant. And it is so hot. It is so freaking hot in there. And it's already, like, it's summer in Montreal downtown. So it's already really hot outside, right? So to go in there and for it to be even hotter was kind of like, anyways, I'm really hungry. We gotta eat. I think mostly it was because they had this giant, like, industrial fan that was, like, blazing going on. And that thing was probably just generating a lot of heat on its own and pushing around hot air. Like, it didn't feel cool. It wasn't like a cool fan breeze. It was just pushing around hot air. They got an open kitchen and everything. Yeah, the painting is me before and after. Do I have a picture of the food, though? Oh, yeah. So then we had... I got al pastor tacos. Really good. However, the beer was cold when it was served, but in a matter of minutes, like 10 minutes, it became like room temperature. So practically my entire meal, I was drinking warm beer, which is not great. But I was really hungry. I heard in Europe they prefer beer warm. Really? Warm beer? Oh my god! Like I know there's I know you could have like mulled wine and like other types of drinks that are like warm and stuff, but prefer warm beer. I'm gonna have to ask some of the Europeans out there if and when they come into the chat. Warm beer. I think Mexico. Yeah, I mean I did go to Mexico one time. I can't remember if I had warm beer. Yeah. Oh, wait, what's this? Cosplay? Yeah, this is just general pictures, right? Yeah, so we got some cosplay. Bacon can probably tell you what this is from. I want to say Fate. Is this from Fate? Right? I know my stuff. See? You're from Fate, right? Oh, yeah, and here's some Warhammer. Arrives cold. Yeah, exactly. It was like 10 minutes later, it was warm. It was like, but it was good. It was still good. Yeah, some Warhammer. That was pretty cool. Like, they had a lot of different activities, not just like anime stuff. So that was cool. Playing some Warhammer. And this space. So the next couple of pictures will be like the open space by the escalators, where it's basically all these cosplayers are just kind of walking around and everyone else is taking pictures of them. It was insane. Like, you could just like walk around, look to your left and be like, oh my god, there's Wolverine. Can I take a picture? Snap a picture. Look around again. Oh, it's 2B. Can I take a picture? Everywhere take pictures. And nice opportunities. Really good lighting too. I guess that's another reason. Really good lighting. Has Been Hotel. Again, that, like I said, that's how you know you're getting old. You're kind of struggling to know where any of this is from. I want to say this is Has Been Hotel. That's what I'm gonna say. I could be completely wrong. Y'all can correct me later. Wolverine. Check out this Wolverine. This guy was pretty badass. And he also like, I was like, hey, can I take a picture? And he went like, "Rah!" He gave a growl, which I thought was, just a little something something. You know what? I didn't see too many. But then again, maybe I just didn't like recognize it. But again, when did that come out? That was probably like less than a month ago. I don't know. Again, yeah, you might have to check the tags on Instagram or something. So I don't know where this is from. About the same time, I don't know where this is from specifically when it comes to anime, but I do know that like in Europe, there's like Scandinavian countries that celebrate like the seasons changing or something, and they wear stuff like this. It's from Toxica. Is it? I don't. Oh, you mean the bar? Yeah, I don't know where this is from, but I thought it was really cool, and I got like a shot head on, but you couldn't really appreciate the detail from the side, and I was trying to see where this person's face was, and I tried to tell them like, hey, good job, but I was like trying to peer inside its mouth. I was like, hey, good job, I really like this. I don't know where it's from, but you look really awesome. Now we got 2 Lady Majimas, which I thought was really cool. Let's see. Oh, got that already. Oh yeah, so we're kind of cycling through this. Oh, look, it's Radon. And my brother spotted Radon first. And before we got close enough, I was like, does he have a tiny little horse in between his legs? For those that don't know, in Elden Ring, your first encounter with Radon, he's riding a little horse. And it's so small that it's almost cartoonish. It doesn't even look like it makes sense. But no, this person did not have the little horsies. And it doesn't seem like he's cosplaying as like the other encounter with Radon in the DLC, right? But pretty cool. Resident Evil cosplay. And this is like from a bunch of different Resident Evils. Nemesis. There's Leon. This is from 7 or 8, the sisters. There's Jill. There's another Leon. Yeah, lots and lots of Resident Evil cosplay. They had this whole thing where like, you could, there was group photos. So anyone that was cosplaying from, in this case, Resident Evil, they would have a meetup. Like 5 o'clock, let's all meet up and take pictures Resident Evil. And so they'd have that for Demon Slayer, Genshin Impact, who's this one? This one? Leon, Galabanting. Whoa, Jose. What's up, Jose? Thank you for that subadubba. Appreciate it. Please enjoy your farm today below. Please source cruelty-free emotes made by yours truly. How you doing, Jose? Not one berry? Let me take a look. Let me see. You're right. Unless there was more. I'm pretty sure there was more to the sides. But yeah, like, could this have been berry right here? What up, Jose? How you doing with them glizzies? Thank you so much. How you doing, Jose? We're just looking at some pictures from Otakuthon Montreal, the convention that I attended over the weekend, as well as Bacon Beer Can and Night Trap. We were all there, and it was a big, crazy time. Doing good, just chilling. Oh, so here it is. This is the Solaire guy, and I think he did a really good job on the cosplay, to be honest. I think he pulled it off quite well. We don't have a shot of the shield, but yeah, in my opinion, this seems quite good. And we got hyped. We got hyped when he saw him do praise the sun. We were like, yo, praise the sun. And then, so he was with He was with a Near Automata cosplayer, and she very kindly stepped aside so that we all could get a picture with him specifically. But I felt bad. I felt bad that oh, Joe. Oh my gosh. I took a quick look. I was like, is it Joe? Okay. Phew. That does happen. Yeah, there she is. I was like, oh yeah, let's take a picture too, you know? So yeah, that was cool. She looked great too. Metabee? We had someone come around for a time that was big into Metabots, but they are not presently here. It's me, Joe. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Nice little Metabot. Spade. What do we have here, Spade? I saw this and I was like, I gotta take a picture of this for Spade. Johnny 5. And I'm guessing this was remotely controlled in some fashion, because it's not like a person was in here. I mean, does this count as cosplay? Wall-E? Is that the Terminator? Is that Wall-E? Is that the Nintendo Game & Watch guy? Very tiny person inside. Well, that was very cool. Really nicely detailed too. Yeah, heck yeah. Is that a gun tank? Yeah, so you could just mill around. This whole big open space, you're just milling around, a bunch of cosplayers. To your left, to your right. Inaccuracies? Oh shit. Where's the inaccurate? Yeah, pretty cool. I think we were just about leaving on this day. I don't know, what is this, guys? Y'all know what this is? I think it's a big mix of a bunch of different stuff, because this lady looks like she's cosplaying as Yor Forger, but I could be wrong. I don't know what any of this is, to be honest. But cool. And the lighting was interesting in some spots throughout the day as the sun was going down and everything. The way it would hit these very different colored panels. A lot of interesting photo opportunities all around the convention space, and there was like very specific areas where they had like much more professional photographers with, you know, fancy lighting and everything, setting up shots. That was pretty cool too. And yeah, this is just the hallway. It's kind of like an example of like how many people were there. And again, just a hallway, a lot of people. This would have been on Saturday night, and we actually walked pretty far out for this place. We walked out, it was like, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes away, to like the museum area and stuff, and we had dinner at a sports bar. It was pretty nice. So at this point, we're kind of getting farther away from the from the convention. But that was good. It was kind of good to see more of it. And I don't think I have it here, but again, very walkable. So many areas here in Montreal, I felt were just kind of designed in a way to like prioritize people first and make it very walkable for people. Which is cool. Yeah, there was so many people taking this shot, because this is kind of, it might be hard to tell, but this is like kind of uphill, and then the moon was just here. There's a bunch of people lining up, taking up shots. I just used my iPad, so it wasn't that great of a picture, but that was cool. This is the last day, and here's the giant wall of moss in the lobby for the hotel. It's not even the lobby, like the entryway. I was like, I only noticed on the last day as we were leaving. I was like, hold on, is this a fucking wall of moss? Look at that. Look at all that moss. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. Oh, what's this? Got some Peak cosplay. I think this guy was like the one Peak cosplayer. Very funny. And he's also reaching out, you know, on the cliff, outstretched. Pretty hype. Got some Katamari. That was pretty cool. It's quite well done. There's like LEDs in the head for the lights. They all have names. I don't know the names of these particular cousins, Katamari cousins, but very happy to see some Katamari. And that is all I have of the Plamo pictures.